What's up, people? Welcome to the first ever episode of G.W.A.P. G.W.A.P. My name's Ray Ray, and I'm here with
Nuvante.
Devontae. Hi. Today we're gonna talk about our predictions for Hell in a Cell. We're gonna talk about Raw and review it. We're gonna talk about James Storm debuting on NXT, Tyler Breeze debuting on SmackDown, and rumors pursuing AJ Styles.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So first, let's start off with the predictions for Hell in a Cell. So,
Yeah.
what you got for the first match, which is the pre-show match? Neville, Cesaro, and
Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler versus Rusev, Sheamus, and Barrett, King Barrett. So who do you think is gonna take home the victory?
Neville, Dolph, and Cesaro.
All right. You got any reasons behind it, or
Anyway?
any reasons like?
Oh no. Well, because King Barrett, Sheamus, and Rusev, they won their match on Raw, so something tell me they might lose on the pay-per-view.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Barrett, Sheamus, and Rusev taking this one.
And
Because,
plus, I think Neville and them kind of need a win because Neville been losing a lot.
okay, that's
you know.
reasonable.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Rusev, Sheamus, and Barrett because I think they're trying to hype up this trio to become like a tag team stable. So I don't know. Maybe that could be a thing. Maybe they can be like tag team champions one day or something. So yeah, that's my prediction, and we're gonna go on to the next match, which is the first match. I think it's the first match on the card. It's John Cena versus a mystery opponent for the United States Championship, and it's the United States Open Challenge. So who do you think it is, and who's gonna win?
Okay, I predict that the mystery opponent for John Cena at Hell in a Cell is Baron Corbin, and I think John Cena beats Baron Corbin at Hell in a Cell for the United States Championship. But I also think that the next night on Raw, John Cena defends his U.S. Championship against another opponent. I'm not sure who it may be, but whoever it is, I predict that he loses the United States Championship on Raw. That's what I think.
Okay. This match is actually pretty big because it's rumored that John Cena is supposed to be taking some time off for like the entire month.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure that either the guy that is gonna face Cena at Hell in a Cell is gonna score a huge win, which is gonna really, really help his career in the big long run. And if they do take it home, then for sure, like that's gonna help his career. But yeah, back to what you said about Baron Corbin being the guy. Actually, I agree with that because I think everybody predicts. We predict that Baron Corbin might be the guy because like he's such like he has great talent and they haven't like found a way to show it yet, and this could be like his big break right here.
And plus, he was
rumored on the main roster.
Yeah, it was rumored that he was supposed to show up at SummerSlam and probably some other.
No, it was Night of Champions.
Night of Champions. Okay,
yeah.
It was Night of Champions.
Night of Champions for the with the Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns against the Wyatt family.
Yeah. So I think they might go ahead and give it to Baron. And that's the reason why I said that I think John Cena might win at Hell in a Cell, but lose the championship the next night because I already know that he's supposed to be taking some time off, because he's supposed to be filming some reality show.
Oh, so, is that why he's taking the time off?
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. So yeah, if he doesn't lose it at Hell in a Cell, he's probably gonna lose it on Raw the next night. But either way, Cena is taking time off. So, or however, I've heard rumors that because like you know how Lesnar had the title, and that rule didn't occur to him where like he could like take the title home and wouldn't have to defend it. They could do that with John Cena. I don't know. It could be a thing.
Maybe.
I mean, I could see it happening because he's John Cena and like he works hard. They can make him keep the title and like maybe save it for like another day. I don't know.
But John Cena's a little different. I think he'll drop it to somebody. I don't think he's gonna just hold it hostage until he comes back, which he's
But
supposed to be
just know
doing for a
that,
while.
yeah, just know that the person that he does drop it to, like that person, that person is gonna be huge. Like no doubt about that.
Okay. So before we move on, let me ask you this: if John Cena beats who I think could be Baron Corbin at Hell in a Cell,
Uh-huh.
and he defends the title the next night, who you think it could be?
If it's the next night,
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty tough. That's really tough. That's hard to predict. But I would have to say the next night, Tyler Breeze. You know
I
why?
was that you got it because that's exactly who I was thinking about.
Yeah, everybody's saying Tyler Breeze because he debuted on SmackDown, which which like he made a big impact already by attacking Dolph Ziggler. And if he were to debut on Raw by accepting the U.S. Open Challenge and defeating John Cena, that would really, really help his career.
All right.
He would be like he would be gunned straight up to like the top 10 right there.
And that way they'll have two people from NXT already moved up to the main roster, Baron Corbin and Tyler Breeze.
Exactly.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next match, which is the Intercontinental Championship. Kevin Owens versus who is the champion? Kevin Owens versus Ryback in a normal match. So what do you got?
I got Kevin Owens winning that one. Retain.
Yep, I agree with that. Kevin Owens. I gotta say though, they really screwed Ryback over with this Intercontinental Championship thing. The guy's only held it for what, a month, 2 months?
Yeah.
And he's only defended it against what, Big Show and The Miz, and that's about it.
I like Ryback. I was rooting for Ryback as soon as he debuted.
A lot of people like Ryback now.
He's like a combination of Goldberg, Ultimate Warrior, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Vader. So he's those four people mixed in one.
Is that what you think he is? All four?
Yeah, that's my opinion. That's the combination of those four people.
Okay.
Vader, Stone Cold, Goldberg, and Ultimate Warrior.
Sounds reasonable, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I for the match itself with Kevin Owens and Ryback, I would say that Kevin Owens will actually like find a like cheap way to win, and maybe they might have one more match. I don't know. I can see one more match happening after Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe another poke to the eye, and with a roll up.
Probably.
Or you never know. Maybe he might get a fair victory and might just pin him 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
You don't know anything knowing this company. So next match, what we got?
Do you have
Oh, the tag team championships with the New Day and the Dudley Boys.
Yeah. I predict the Dudley Boys win.
Everybody predicts the Dudley Boys will win because like they've been screwed over so many times. It's about time that they finally win the championship.
No. I mean, I kind of wouldn't mind still seeing the New Day beating Dudley Boys because they're still a fresh team and they're very entertaining right now and they're killing it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people didn't think they would make it this far. A lot of people was booing the concept.
I feel on that.
Yeah, but they really they stepped up.
They did. They definitely did. They're entertaining. Like they can go out there and just like get the crowd going. That's what
you know who I would love for them to interact with?
Who's that?
I would love for the New Day to interact with The Rock. If The Rock ever comes back, New Day should come out and that would be very entertaining with The Rock and New Day. That would be cool.
Okay. I mean, let's just face it, the facts here. Like, if it wasn't for the New Day right now,
Mm-hmm.
like I think like because like when they first brought the New Day in, the crowd was just like they were like, what the hell? What is this? Like what are we looking at? We're looking at three guys who just do the same thing over and over again. It's so
Mm-hmm.
boring. But then they came out there and the crowd was like booing them and all that, and they
Mm-hmm.
actually they actually found a way to get past all of that, like all the hate.
Yeah, well, they did. They basically did the Rocky Maivia thing, where they was actually supposed to be baby faces. They was supposed to be making people think they were good guys and talking about all this positivity stuff, but they were getting booed. A lot of people was booing them. They weren't having it. And then after a while, they figured out, hey, it's best if we turn heel. That way, we can get them. It makes more sense for them to be heels than baby faces.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Once you can get past like that phase where like the crowd just like completely doesn't even like what you're doing, and like how you're doing the same shtick over and over again, like the crowd they don't even like it. They're just gonna boo you, even though you're a face.
Mm-hmm.
The entire game just completely turns around.
Yeah, that's
And
the same thing The Rock went through when he first started off. He was smiling and stuff. He was Rocky Maivia, and then people started booing him, talk about Rocky die, and Rocky sucks and all that stuff. And then he did the same thing. So,
hmm
but as far as this match is concerned, I predict the Dudley Boys, even though I still wouldn't mind the New Day winning and retaining their championships, but. I predict Dudley Boys should win, and also I'm surprised they haven't made this a tables match. They should have made this match a
that's what
tables match.
I'm gonna come to in my prediction, because
Yeah.
here's my prediction. All right,
Mm-hmm.
I predict that the Dudley Boys are gonna win. And I don't know if Xavier Woods is gonna be there or not, because if he's not there, then that means that Dudley Boys are for sure to win, because he's not gonna interrupt again, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And if they do win, then I think the rematch that they have might be at Survivor Series in a tables match. Like like Xavier Woods would come out and be all like, if you like putting people through tables, how about we put you through a table, and then they start going to the ring, beating them up, and get a table, and they put them through a table, like a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
karma.
Right.
So that's my prediction. So I'm gonna go with Dudley Boys winning the
Mm-hmm.
titles. All right. The next match is, oh, by the way, we skipped that one match. Was it scheduled the Dean Ambrose and Randy Orton versus Luke Harper and Braun Strowman? Wasn't
Yeah. But we don't know if is somebody going to replace Randy Orton. Or what's going on with that?
I don't know, because that was gonna be the pre-show, remember?
Yeah, unless they must have scrapped that match for something. I don't know. I
Yeah, I
don't.
think.
I'm not sure about what they're going to do with that match.
I will go over the whole Randy Orton incident a little later in the podcast.
Okay.
But yeah, going on with the next match. Um, let's go with Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt.
Yeah. I predict it could go either way, really.
It actually could,
Honestly, because
because yeah, they're both in the cell, so like there's no Wyatt family interrupting. But on that note, they can also like break the door. I mean, it's not really that hard for them to break down the door. Come on.
yeah, no, and I think I predict that Roman Reigns will win the match, but I just feel like Bray Wyatt deserves this match, this win more than Roman Reigns do, because they already established that Roman Reigns is going to be the face of WWE regardless, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But I feel as though Bray Wyatt has not really had a big win.
Yeah, that
He
is so
had
true. I
big
mean,
matches. He had big matches. He had a match with John Cena last year at WrestleMania 30, but he lost. He had the match with The Undertaker at WrestleMania 31, but he lost. He had a few matches with John Cena. He only won one match where it was a cage match, and John Cena, I guess the kid, with the kids with the whole world in his
Yeah,
hands
yeah,
thing.
yeah. Hmm.
And the creepy kid basically beat John Cena, not Bray Wyatt.
Exactly. Yeah. By the
So
way, that kid never came back.
right.
I just want to say that kid was nowhere to be seen after that. But anyway, yeah, I gotta agree with that because like Bray Wyatt has not had a big victory
No,
yet over Roman
no.
Reigns, which is why.
Over anybody, basically
Well,
anybody. All of the
if you
big
put it
matches
like
he's
that, I mean, yeah, if
yeah,
you put it like that. But there
yeah,
is one guy he's always beaten, and that's Daniel Bryan.
yeah.
Daniel
That's the only
Bryan,
yeah.
Daniel Bryan has never beaten Bray Wyatt in a one-on-one match.
Mm,
Whether it was fair or not, he has never beaten Bray Wyatt.
mm,
But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns, and I think that Bray Wyatt is gonna take the victory because this could be the match where he actually beats Roman, and like,
mhm.
and I think that he's gonna win with the help of the Wyatt family. That's my
Yeah,
prediction. Like the lights might turn off, and somehow they might get in the ring, and then yeah, that would give him the victory over Roman, and they might have a rematch at Survivor Series, or they could do like the Survivor Series tag team match, like I was telling you earlier, with it like a
mhm.
4-on-4 with like
Right.
if Orton comes back and then you get Ambrose and you got Reigns and then you get one more person that joins them and then you get
Mm,
the whole entire Wyatt family on the other corner for Survivor Series. And that would end the feud. I think that would like completely end the feud.
right.
Which I will be happy to see this feud end because I'm sick and tired of watching it.
Right.
So Bray Wyatt takes the victory for me. You go with
Yeah.
Roman?
Yeah, I go with Roman, but if Bray takes it, then that's cool because he deserves a win.
Okay. And this will still show that Roman Reigns is better than Bray Wyatt because like Wyatt can't win without the Wyatt family on his side,
Mm. And this done this kind of remind me of Mick Foley versus Mankind versus The Undertaker in that Hell in a Cell match back in like I think it was 80, was it 98? Yeah, that's what kind of
98.
remind me.
Oh, you
Yeah,
think you think in this cell they might go on top? Somebody might get
yeah.
pulled off. Somebody might
I
fall
can
off.
I can see that. I can see that. I can see them doing something like that.
Well, I don't see nobody falling off because like it's a PG show. I
Yeah,
don't think they'll do that anymore, but you never know. They might do something like that.
yeah.
Alright, let's move on
Because
to the oh, you want to say something?
yeah, because I was about to say, Undertaker and Brock Lesnar ain't gonna do no shit like that. They're not gonna get on top of the cage and do that.
I
So
think Taker's he's way past
you
his prime for
know
that.
he can't be jumping off of nothing.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
I don't even think Brock Lesnar can do it either.
He's
So
trying to have one more WrestleMania match. No.
yeah. So if any big spots is going to happen in the Hell in a Cell match, it's going to be with Roman Reigns
It
and
has
Bray
to,
Wyatt
yeah, no
more
doubt.
than Undertaker and Brock. So
Has
that's my
to, yep. I
feeling.
completely agree with that.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's go on with the Divas match here. Charlotte
Mhm.
and Nikki Bella.
Mhm.
What do you think?
I think Charlotte retains.
Yep, I think everybody agrees with Charlotte retaining. I mean, this is her first title defense. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
She's not gonna lose it.
All right.
By the way, what do you think about the whole Divas Revolution? You liking it so far or what?
I mean, everybody has an opinion on it. I'm not necessarily like I'm just I just accept things. I'm not I'm not that much of a diehard fan. I'm like a casual fan at best. So I take what's given to me. I might have my opinions on certain things, but as far as like how other people complain about certain don't talk, have their opinions about certain things, it's like it is what it is to me. For the Divas Revolution, I think they're doing a good job for what they can do with it.
Yeah, I think that they're actually like they're improving it more because like now they're throwing in like the other divas like they have Natalia coming in now. And
Yeah.
and there was a whole like scenario. I don't know if you watched SmackDown, not this SmackDown that just passed, but the one from last week where somebody
Mhm.
attacked Natalia
Uh,
and how they were saying that Paige did it.
mhm.
I really don't think Paige did it. I think it's actually somebody else, and they're gonna bring that person in, like in the revolution.
Mhm.
It makes it better, and it's gonna like keep improving the more it goes on. But I
Right.
think what I think is that what I think will really help the Divas Revolution if you get more divas from NXT. Like, if you get Bailey to come in,
Mm.
like say Paige will make like a heel turn, and then you have Bailey coming in and joining them.
That would be a good match between Bailey and Paige. I would like to see that.
Oh, Bailey and Paige. That could be a
Yeah.
WrestleMania match actually.
Uh,
I can see that happening.
mhm.
But yeah, so I'm gonna go with Charlotte winning the title back since she is getting a feud with Paige and sometime soon for the title. So all right, Charlotte definitely winning that match, and we have the sorry, that's some music playing. Anyway, we got the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Seth Rollins defends it against the
Kane.
Demon Kane. The
Yeah.
Demon Kane.
Mm.
Gotta be specific when you say the Demon Kane.
Yeah, and if Kane loses, then the corporate Kane
Corporate Kane.
loses his job.
Corporate. Remember that, people. If Demon Kane loses, Corporate Kane gets fired. Not Demon Kane. Corporate Kane gets fired. Which is
Right.
why I think Seth Rollins is gonna win.
Right.
When Seth Rollins beats Demon Kane and Corporate Kane gets fired, Demon Kane is still he still has a job. He's still
Mm.
there. He's still gonna be the Demon Kane, and I think it's for the good. I mean, I love Corporate Kane now because like he's getting funnier and stuff. Like I like his humor that he does every night.
Mm.
But I think I think they should have like one Kane, and the Demon Kane is the Kane they should go with.
Mm.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think the Demon. I was so tired of that whole corporate Kane thing. I wanted to see the Kane, the old Kane with the mask. I wanted the Demon Kane to come back. I'm glad we got him back, and I think he's going to lose. So that's going to put it into this corporate Kane thing.
By the way, if Rollins does beat Demon Kane and Corporate Kane gets fired, this is a perfect opportunity for the Demon Kane to get his revenge on Brock Lesnar.
Yeah,
Did you think about that? And now you don't
yeah,
have Corporate Kane in the picture, it's all regular Demon Kane. This is a perfect chance to do Kane and Brock Lesnar. Maybe at the Rumble, I don't know.
yeah.
I can see that happening.
Hmm.
So you go with Rollins, right?
Yeah, I go with Rollins on that one.
Rollins retaining the title. By the way, I'm really disappointed that this match isn't in the Hell in a Cell, but it's alright, I guess.
Yeah.
You gotta go with what you got, what you have.
Hmm.
So we're gonna go on with the final match on the Hell in a Cell card, which is Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker. Now this match is very tough to predict. I mean, a lot of people got Brock Lesnar, a lot of people have The Undertaker. Either way, both these guys, they need a victory. So I'm gonna let you go first, alright? Is that okay
Hmm.
with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Uh, I think Brock Lesnar wins this match, but I also think that it's going to be something going because it's rumored that there's some major angle planned for the match. I don't know exactly what it is, of course, but it's rumored that something big is going to happen in that match between Undertaker and Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
And that when you said something about Kane interfering in this match, something tells me that Kane is going to show up somewhere in that match too, because like I said, it's some unfinished business. Because remember, Brock Lesnar broke Kane's ankle.
Yeah.
So if it was anybody that Kane needed to attack, he needed to attack Brock first. But they needed to make it a bigger deal than just him coming out some random time attacking Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I
It
agree.
needed to be
Yeah.
it needed to be at a bigger stage, at a bigger time, at the right time.
Yeah, I agree. They
So
they
I
have to
agree. Yeah,
they would have to finish the whole Taker and Lesnar story before they can move on to like the Kane and Lesnar story.
yeah, I basically think so. Yeah, that's what I think. Brock Lesnar wins, but I also think that Brock Lesnar that Kane shows up and he tries to Either Kane interferes during the match or after the match. That's my prediction.
Okay, so who do you so you thinking Undertaker with the victory? Undertaker? Taker winning? Taker beating Lesnar?
Kane, if it's during, like if Kane interferes during it, then I think that I think Brock Lesnar is going to win regardless of what happens. But
Okay.
I just predict that Kane will get involved somehow.
All right, so you're going with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Brock Lesnar.
Okay, I'm gonna go with well, first of all, let me explain before I say my prediction. All right, so Undertaker needs this victory because he still has a point to prove to Brock Lesnar. I mean, I know he won a SummerSlam, but if he loses to Brock Lesnar, I mean, just think about it. He is going to WrestleMania 32. He's already promoted. He's already on the card.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to WrestleMania 32, and this could be his final match.
Well, I'm starting to hear some things now that might not be his final match.
Are you sure? Okay,
Yeah,
but like if it, I
because
mean, I'm not saying that it's his final match, but I'm saying that he's going to WrestleMania 32, right?
yeah,
They cannot have him lose. I mean, they Taker needs to win because you've seen Taker when he takes like when he loses a match, right? He doesn't stop. He goes straight back in the picture, and he goes right back at it. He won't stop. And just think about it, all right? Triple H and Undertaker. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, he won the match, but he got the beating. He came back and he still went after Triple H.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Shawn Michaels. And now you're here with Brock Lesnar. He came back for Brock Lesnar. You know, if he loses, I think he'll still come back for Brock Lesnar. But if you
But
go,
this,
if
but
you
this is
look
supposed to
at,
be the final chapter
I
now.
know, yeah,
Yeah, so.
I know, but I'm just saying. And then you go to Brock Lesnar, right?
Mhm.
You know Brock Lesnar. Come on, he cannot take a loss. The guy,
Right.
he can't. Which is why because if he loses to the Undertaker, then that will just shut down his whole momentum. You know, he needs that momentum,
Right.
which is what I think. Which is why somebody has to interfere in this match, like Kane or somebody. There's something big has to happen that makes the person that wins this match like
Uh-huh.
you know big. Like it's gonna be huge. That's how it's gonna be shocking. Let's put it like that.
Yeah. Okay. So if Kane interferes, if Brock loses, so that means that it still make Brock Lesnar strong because they needed two monsters to defeat
Yeah,
Brock Lesnar instead of
yeah,
one.
something like that. You know, yeah,
So yeah,
exactly, exactly,
so it'll still make Brock Lesnar look strong because you
exactly.
needed needed two people to get the job done instead of one. So yeah, so it makes sense if Undertaker wins, but
Yeah,
I predict
but
Brock Lesnar.
that's why I have I have a first prediction and a second prediction for the match. The first one is what you just said. If if Kane is interrupting in the match,
Mm-hmm.
then Lesnar is definitely gonna lose. But he is gonna be looking very strong because he's taking on two guys at once.
Right.
Not just any two guys. He's taking on the Brothers of Destruction.
Right.
So, but if there's no interruption in this match, I'm gonna have to go with Brock Lesnar.
Right.
So I don't know. My final prediction in this match would have to be Undertaker, but I can't let down my guy Brock Lesnar.
Hmm.
But I'm gonna go with Undertaker. So Undertaker is the final prediction. That's my circle. My circle's around Undertaker.
Right.
I draw a big circle on Undertaker. By the way, who's the heel? Is there a heel and face in this match, or are they just
Uh,
going in?
they just
They're just
going
going
in.
in. Okay.
Yeah, because if you've seen Raw, it came off as if Undertaker was still the good guy, and Brock Lesnar is the bad guy because he came in act like he wanted to fight him, but he backed off. That's a heel move. But at SummerSlam and at Battleground, Undertaker kept uh, giving Brock Lesnar a nut shot.
Yeah.
Keep kicking him in the nuts. So that's a heel move right there.
By the way,
Undertaker was coming off as being a bad guy. So I don't.
I really want to say this. Because it is a no DQ match. Maybe Undertaker might win by cheating.
He might.
He might. That could be a possibility. And
Yeah,
maybe
that's what I said. Having Kane come in there somehow. That's.
Yeah. Well, that could.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. Yeah. Well, it is no DQ, so that could happen. But he could do the nut shot, like you said. He can hit him with the low
Yeah,
blow,
yeah.
and
He
then
probably gonna do that
yeah,
this
maybe if he
Sunday.
wins with the low blow, maybe Paul Heyman will be all like, you need to do a low blow to win, and then he might let the entire story just slide, and that's it. It's over. You know.
All right.
I don't know. Anything can happen in this match. I'm actually
Mm,
really interested to see, but thank God it's the final match.
yeah, because they was talking about having this go all the way up to WrestleMania. I was like, oh no,
Nah, that
we
would have took
can't do
down
that.
ratings by a long
Right.
shot.
Yeah, no, I don't want to see that again. Let's get
Yeah,
this thing over with right here and now.
I'm actually glad they're doing it right now too.
Yeah.
Um,
So we're talking about Raw next, right?
yeah, I
A
wanted to
little
say
bit.
something about the entire. Oh yeah, you talked about Undertaker and Brock just going in, not being face or heel, right? So,
Right.
and you talked about Undertaker doing the low blow and showing like his face, like good side too. So, but it's the same thing with Brock Lesnar, you know, like you saw what he did to the Big Show. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and the Big Show was talking trash to him.
All right.
By the way, is the Big Show a face? I'm not even sure because like the
Well,
Big Show, one minute he's a heel, one minute he's a face, one minute he's a heel.
well,
He can't.
he's off TV. He's off TV right now. So whenever they bring him back on TV, well, who knows? Last time he was supposed to be a heel. It seemed like.
Well, he was, yeah. Well, that was when Brock Lesnar attacked him.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure Brock would be a face when he attacked the Big Show.
Mm-hmm.
All right, all right. So let's just get past all this Brock and Taker thing. Let's go on to Monday Night Raw.
Mm-hmm.
We're working kind of backwards here, but it's fine. Whatever.
Yeah. We just shooting shit right now.
Yep. All right. So on Raw, we got the Stone Cold.
Mm-hmm.
Stone Cold Steve Austin kicking it off.
Yeah, because I don't know, it just seemed like because they kept going back and forth with whether he was going to show up on Raw or not. Like he's going to show up, then Stone Cold, I don't know if he said it on Twitter or something that he wasn't going to be on Raw. It just kept going back and forth, and then I guess they just say, "Come on, let's just." And plus, they needed the ratings because last few weeks of Raw never been really good. The ratings has been bad, and you know.
Yeah.
They
I
needed to
was
do something
yeah.
for this Raw, for this going home Raw for Hell in a Cell, for it to be special. So yeah, I think that they had Stone Cold come out there, do his thing. I mean,
Yeah,
promote the.
I was really hoping that Shawn Michaels would introduce the Undertaker and like they would have like one last stare down, you know? Like that would have been
Right.
epic to see, you know, like one last stare down.
I was kind of hoping since Undertaker introduced Stone Cold. Sorry, Stone Cold Steve Austin introduced Undertaker instead. I thought that Stone Cold was going to stay in the ring with Undertaker in the ring, and they was going to like have a stare down or whatever. I was
Yeah.
kind of looking forward to that.
Well, they didn't do any of that. I mean, that would have greatly increased the ratings of the show, but I
Yeah.
guess they didn't want to do it. They didn't want to do it. But yeah,
Uh,
Stone Cold. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Were you gonna say something?
No, I was going to say. Well, I think it did boost the ratings just with that segment. Started off with Stone Cold. He introduces the Undertaker, and then Undertaker, after he cut his promo, then Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar comes out, and Paul Heyman, he cuts his promos. And you already know how good Paul
Yep.
Heyman is on the mic.
Definitely.
Yeah.
The best promo
Mm-hmm.
cutter. All right, so uh, yeah, Undertaker would come out, but he wouldn't say anything. He would just talk about.
Yeah. Yeah.
My bad. Sorry. So yeah,
Okay.
Undertaker would come out. Undertaker would come out, and then Lesnar would interrupt before he could say anything on the mic, and then Heyman would cut a promo, and he would just promote Taker versus Lesnar, which will be a Hell in a Cell. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so let's move on. After the first segment of Raw, we go on with the New Day coming out, cutting a promo
Yeah.
about the Dudley Boys.
Uh, Honestly, like I only saw it one time, and I didn't really like look at the re-look at the videos or something on YouTube. But I know, like at the end, like I know that they had the match the Dudley Boys versus and John Cena
Yeah,
versus
John
the New
Cena.
Day. Yeah, and I know
I think, yeah, they didn't do the did they do it? No, they didn't do the Cena Open Challenge on Raw.
no.
No, yeah, John Cena was with the Dudley Boys.
Yeah, and then they put Xavier Woods through the table at the end, and that looked like it hurt. Like he landed like, ooh.
Yeah, but you do know that the New Day picked up the victory, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they was disqualified. I
Yeah.
think it was disqualification.
No. Kofi rolled up.
Oh
He
yeah,
rolled
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Yeah, he rolled up. Kofi rolled up. Devon,
Oh,
and then
okay.
he got the 1, 2, 3.
Oh man.
And yeah, after the match, New Day got jumped by the Dudley Boys, and they put him through a table. They put Xavier through a table.
Yeah, it's crazy how Biggie and Kofi reacted to it. They both got down on the ground on their stomach and stuff after Xavier got put through the table.
Yeah, all right, moving on here, we got. Oh yeah, they talked about Randy Orton being injured right after the match.
Yeah.
So Orton, well, I think this is where they said that Orton wasn't gonna be on the card, and then
Well, they said that the Wyatt family attacked him afterwards.
well, that's what they said, but we all
Yeah.
know that Orton is probably taking some time off, which I think he deserves it. So
No, he actually he dislocated his shoulder.
wait, he's really injured?
Yeah, he's really injured. Yeah, he dislocated his shoulder, so
Okay,
that's why
then
he's off the card for Hell in a Cell.
that totally contradicted
didn't
what
show
I
up.
just said.
Yeah.
Either way, he's getting time off, well deserved time off, in my book.
Mhm.
All right, so we got Ambrose. He talks to Renee Young, and he tells Renee how he doesn't mind going alone, against the Wyatt family tonight.
Mhm.
So that's what he's doing. So we got a 1-on-2 handicap match,
Alright.
And then we go on to Team Bella, which would be Alicia Fox and Brie. Was it? No, it was Nikki Bella and Alicia Fox. Sorry. Versus Team Bad, which is Sasha Banks and Naomi.
Right.
And
That was a good match.
It was pretty good. Yeah, and Team Bella would pick it up. Nikki Bella would win the match to prove her dominance by pinning Naomi.
Yep.
And moving on here, they talk about Kane being suspended from Raw.
Yeah.
Corporate Kane was suspended,
Right.
not Demon Kane.
Why was he suspended again?
He was suspended because of making that match last week on Raw, the week before with Rollins and him in the lumberjack match, and the authority said that he wasn't allowed to come on Raw. So that's that.
Oh,
And now we get to the big part right here. HBK.
All right.
Shawn Michaels. He comes out. He cuts a promo.
No, before that, he comes down and he takes some kid's pizza.
Oh yeah, he
eats the pizza.
I'm pretty sure that kid got a free pizza back. Don't worry about it, and a free shake.
Nah, like, yo, Shawn Michaels ate a slice of my pizza.
I'm pretty sure they gave him a free one. Don't worry about that. I mean, WWE and kids, they love kids.
Right.
They wouldn't. I mean, they probably took him backstage or something. Hell, I would love Shawn Michaels. I would love if Shawn Michaels took my pizza. I wouldn't lie. Yeah, but anyway, HBK, Shawn Michaels would come out and cut a promo about Lesnar and Undertaker, and then he will also cut a promo about other matches that are gonna happen in Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
But then Seth Rollins actually interrupts him, and he tells Shawn that he is the second coming of Shawn Michaels.
Yep. And then Shawn Michaels tell him, "Hey, look, man, I never once in my career ever wanted to be a second coming of nobody.
Exactly.
Because he said if he had a nickel for every time someone came out and said they would,
he would be rich.
Next Shawn Michaels, he would be a billionaire. Yeah,
he would be rich.
So he was like, man, so comfortable with calling yourself the second coming of somebody else, dude. Be original. That's basically what he was telling him. Be original. Do your own thing. Have somebody say they want to be the next Seth Rollins, not one of
Hey, Seth Rollins is a really good wrestler, okay, but
yeah, he
is not.
He really is a great wrestler.
Not compared to Shawn Michaels. There's nobody in the business that can compare to Shawn Michaels. All right.
I don't care how many people want to come out and talk about they're the next
I don't
Shawn.
care. I don't care if you're Daniel Bryan. I don't care if you're Ryback. I don't care if you're John Cena. I don't care if you're Cesaro. You can't be Shawn Michaels. You just can't. It's not a thing. Anyway, so Seth Rollins, that's basically the whole promo. He tries to leave. He's like, hit my music. I'm leaving. I'm out of here. And Shawn Michaels is like, no, no, no. Hit my music. I'm leaving because you have a match.
Right.
And then we have Rollins versus Ryback.
Mhm.
And
And Seth Rollins wins. So he needed that win too because he kept losing.
he kept losing
And,
against Ryback. Did you notice that?
and he lost against Kane last week in that lumberjack match.
Yep. He did lose to Ryback in the past twice.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a non-title match. By the way, Ryback never got his title match. Anyway, yeah, he did. He gets the pedigree and he 1, 2, 3 and it's over. But moving on here, we got Ziggler and Cesaro and Neville, which is a match that's on the Hell in the Cell card, versus Barrett, Rusev, and Sheamus.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And basically, yeah, it was a good tag team match. I mean, the usual tag submission move, hold down the guy in the corner and all that. And then at the end of the match, it got pretty interesting because I was actually paying close attention when I saw like everybody just start kicking each other, whether it was a super kick or a big boot. It was just like it was a kicking party out there, man.
Yeah.
And then
we had three 6-man tag matches.
yeah, and during the show, right? Yeah, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Which some of them were pretty good.
Yeah.
And I think Barrett, Rusev, and Sheamus, they picked up the victory. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they picked up the victory after Sheamus.
Barrett, Rusev, and Sheamus won.
Yeah, Sheamus hit a bro kick from the outside. It was kind of like how Roman Reigns hits that like drop kick, but it was a bro kick from the outside. And they picked up the victory after that. And then after that, we have Ric Flair coming out, and all he does is basically introduce Roman Reigns, and that's it.
Yep.
Yep. By the way, Roman Reigns and what? Yeah, Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt, the promo. What you think about that?
Oh yeah, I thought that was cool. Like Roman Reigns got the chair. He bought a chair. He bought a chair in the ring for himself, and bought a chair in for Bray Wyatt for him to come in there and sit right in front of him and stuff. And first, the whole thing with the thing where the thing where the lights go out and the lights come back on, and you see Bray Wyatt with Braun Strowman with the black mask, and then you see a white mask.
Yeah, yep.
And then it caught me off guard because I was like, wait, hold up, that's Eric Rowan?
Caught me off guard too. I did not notice.
No Luke Harper. Yeah.
Everybody was concentrating on Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns. Yeah. I didn't notice until Michael Cole said it.
Yeah. Now, I double taked when I saw the white mask because I knew the black mask, but then I saw the white mask. I was like, wait, hold up. That's Eric Rowan. Like, where Luke Harper at?
Yeah, and you said that Harper couldn't be there because, I mean, he was scheduled, but you said he left early.
Yeah, I think it was from family problem. Personal problems with family. At first, because it was a event in Mexico where Jericho, he posted up a picture of, it was him, Roman Reigns, Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, the Los Matadores, and somebody else, a few other people, and they was all out of character because you got Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt next to each other posing, and they're supposed to be in the middle of a feud. So I thought that, and they was all wearing Luke Harper shirts because Luke Harper got a new shirt out, and I thought that because Jericho posted it up on his Twitter, that he deleted it, so I thought that he might have been in trouble for that, but that wasn't the case at all. So
okay, yeah. Well, we all know wrestling is fake anyway, so anyway, I mean that's not really a problem. But anyway, yeah, so we got a promo with Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt. Mm-hmm. They just basically get a chair and sit down and talk. And Roman Reigns is all like, how you're the bully, and I stand up to bullies. And he starts pushing him around. Then Wyatt goes for the first strike, but he misses. And then Roman Reigns just starts beating the crap out of him. Roman picks up the chair, and then Braun Strowman and Eric Rowan. That's right, Eric Rowan. Eric Rowan comes in the ring, and
Mm-hmm.
he starts beating up Eric Rowan and Braun Strowman. And then Ambrose comes in and starts assisting him.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically it. And
Yeah.
yeah, we got a 2-on-3 handicap match set up. It was supposed to be 1-on-2, but I guess it was 2-on-3 now.
Yeah. Then backstage, Shawn Michaels was with he was with Triple H and Stephanie and Seth Rollins backstage, and Seth Rollins, you know they set that up, and then
This was
you
the
know
best part of the show. Even though
yeah,
you got Stone Cold, I know you got Stone Cold, Undertaker, Lesnar, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels. You got all these people here, but to me, this was the best part of the show.
yeah. So basically, yeah, it's basically Seth Rollins, uh you know no, what happened? Shawn Michaels is
Rollins,
basically
yeah,
yeah.
Shawn
Shawn
Michaels
Michaels basically
backstage.
was he was basically telling telling Triple H like you take care of him like he's a little baby, whatever, and all that stuff, and you know basically
Yeah.
goading Seth Rollins into wanting to team up with Dean Ambrose and
Well,
Roman Reigns.
he was actually gonna say that to Triple H that he was gonna find somebody to
Right,
be their partner,
right.
and then Rollins was all like, "No, you don't have to
Yeah.
find anybody. I'll do it. I'm gonna prove
Mm,
to you that I'm better than you."
yep. So we have a
3-on-3.
yeah, and a Shield reunion. We have a Shield
Shield
reunion.
reunion. That's what it's called. Well, they didn't call it that, but
Yeah, but Seth Rollins made it clear later on that it's not necessarily a Shield reunion.
yeah, I know.
He
But like,
wanted to make that perfectly clear. Yeah, I
well,
mean it is, but
to everybody else, it was a Shield reunion. But let's get
yeah.
to. But here's what I think. I think they did this right
Mm-hmm.
because if they are gonna bring the Shield back, they're trying to find a way to see how the crowd will react. Like,
Mm-hmm.
is it too soon? Is it gonna be a good reaction? You know. So this is like a good way to like test that.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that everything like is going according to how like they're gonna plan it.
Right.
That's what I think. So I think there's gonna be like a real like Shield reunion, whether they all turn heel or whether Rollins turns face one day, and the
Mm-hmm.
three of them just get back together.
Yeah. I
So
think that if they do reunite, it might be next year, like
next
for
year,
sure, like the real kind of reunion.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
know. A
think.
lot of people were saying like because like the last Raw of the year is always like when something special happens.
Mm,
You never know. Maybe they could do it on the last Raw of this year.
basically, yeah, probably.
So, yeah, we go on to like the Shield. We got the Shield versus the Wyatts now.
Yep.
That's it. The Shield and Wyatts, and then you have Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose staring down the Wyatt family, and then
Yeah, like
Rollins.
he's Rollins just stand back there, just
Yeah,
let them, and then eventually he'll step up in
yeah.
front of
This
them.
is
But
where
then
I
they're like,
thought,
yeah,
right? This is where I thought Rollins was just gonna walk away, and I was gonna be like, oh well, this is not gonna happen. They're not just gonna do this. I mean, Rollins is definitely gonna walk out, and then I see Rollins step up. I'm like, okay, now I think this has potential of happening.
right.
And then the entire crowd, they just start chanting, "This is awesome!" Like immediately after
Hmm.
Rollins steps up. A lot of people were saying how Rollins turned face on Twitter. They were saying Rollins face turn, face turn. I was like, no, that's not a face turn. I mean, so yeah. After they do that, the match officially starts. They start attacking each other. The
Hmm.
referee, no, no, actually, no. Roman Reigns, no, Rollins actually backs up Reigns and Ambrose, and
Hmm.
Bray Wyatt backs up Strowman and Rowan.
Right. There was a part where I think it was with Dean Ambrose. He was trying to tag in Seth Rollins at the
Oh,
end.
we're gonna get to that. I mean, you could tell the look in like Ambrose's and Reigns' face when they were like looking at Rollins. Like they were like, "Is this really happening? Like, are you really gonna trust him?" And what's funny is that Ambrose and Reigns, they never tagged in Rollins. You notice that?
Yeah.
They never tagged him in. And Rollins actually started the match off, and he was all like, "You know what? Never mind. I'm gonna just tag Reigns in." And
Hmm.
that was basically it. That was all Rollins did. But what really got me though was when Rollins was like hyping up the crowd for the tag
Hmm.
and stuff.
Right.
That seemed very real. Like I was like, man, he's going for it. This is it. This is the Shield reunion right here. This is a legit Shield reunion. And then you see it. Then you see Rollins just standing there by himself. Ambrose going for the tag. Roman Reigns down on the outside. And then
he acts as if he broke he injured his leg.
oh yeah, he did, man.
Yeah.
When he did. The guy.
Oh, he did.
He did, man.
He injured his leg for real.
No. I'm just kidding. But yeah, he faked a leg injury and he actually walked out, and then the Wyatt family will take advantage. But hey, I mean, Reigns and Ambrose still won.
Yeah.
I mean, was it Reigns that got the pin? Yeah, Roman Reigns got the pin victory off of who was it? Was it Wyatt? Oh no, it wasn't Wyatt. It was Eric Rowan.
Yeah. I think it was Eric Rowan. Yeah.
It was Eric Rowan. He got the pin victory off Eric Rowan, and that was basically Raw. That was the end of the show.
Yeah.
It was a pretty good Raw. It was like I'll give it a 4 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah, I'll give it that too. And then I watched the podcast, the Brock Lesnar podcast on Stone Cold.
Yeah, what you think about it?
I thought it was good. I think I missed like the first few minutes of it, and then I came home and I saw the rest of it. And basically, Stone Cold touched on his MMA background and on his MMA career, and then how he started in the business and him going into amateur wrestling. Signing up to be a WWE superstar. Basically, he just approached this as a job, not necessarily, something that he really wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, Brock Lesnar doesn't like people, so.
Yeah, he said that in the podcast too. He doesn't like people. He's not a people person. He lives in the middle of nowhere somewhere. With a gate. You know what I'm saying? With just him and his family. He's a hunter. He's a farmer. Basically, yeah. So he approaches his WWE as like basically a job. He comes in, do his work, he go home. And I respect that. I respect that.
At least he shows up. I mean,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so we're gonna here to Oh, by the way, we didn't cover. Well, it's not really that important anyway. Kevin Owens and Mark Henry. Kevin Owens just attacked Kevin Owens, and that was basically it. And moving on here,
I thought that was an interesting. I thought it was a part in the match where Kevin Owens.
Audio.
Audio what?
Yeah, audio is like kind of like messed up a little bit.
You can't hear me?
It's like, hey, you want to try it again? It's like I can barely hear you.
You can barely hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
It's fine.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll talk about something real quick. Hold up. So sorry, people. All right. By the time he's doing that, I want to talk about the rumors surrounding AJ Styles. It's said that he's supposed to be like the company is supposed to be like signing him, but not really sure. I mean, he wants to stay in the independent scene, but he also wants to be like inside the scene where the top wrestlers are. So he really can't make up his mind here. But he is a free agent as of now, so there is potential that he will be signed to the WWE. But who knows? I mean, anything happens, knowing them. So AJ Styles, there's probably like a medium chance of him getting inside of WWE. But it'll be pretty cool. It'll be pretty awesome to see AJ in there. He has a lot of talent, in my opinion.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, you good.
Okay.
You good.
Oh, okay. Now, what was I talking about?
You were talking about Ryback and Kevin Owens.
Yeah, I was saying I think it was an interesting dynamic between Mark Henry and Kevin Owens because because in the match, Kevin Owens is supposed to be this bully and he's making fun of. They're in Texas, they're in Dallas, Texas, and Mark Henry is from Salisbury, Texas, and he's making fun of making fun of Texas, putting the horns up and stuff and putting them down, and then Mark Henry backs Kevin Owens in the ring and like, I've been a bully for 19 years.
19 years.
You know what I'm saying? So, that
He's
was
no. Well, I
cool.
mean, he did beat him up for like half the match.
Mhm.
Well, Kevin Owens. I mean, you can like when he did the pop-up powerbomb, like Kevin Owens, you can see Henry just jumping up in the air. There's no way Kevin Owens
Yeah,
would be able to do that.
yeah. Mark Henry basically he helped him out on that one.
Yep. Um.
And
Yeah,
I
that's
heard you
basically it.
talk.
Yeah, I was
You was
talking about
talking
AJ
about
Styles. Yeah, what's your opinion
yeah,
about that?
yeah. I mean, he was. There was a lot. You talk about this before that he was supposed to be, or not supposed to be, but
It's rumored that he's gonna
rumored that he
sign.
was going to sign for WWE.
Yeah, I was saying
And,
that. I was saying that that he was like he likes to be in the independent scene, so I really don't see him being in WWE anytime soon. But there is like a medium chance of him getting there. You know,
yeah, well, this is I found this on Twitter about AJ Styles possibly joining WWE.
who tweeted that?
And it was on this Twitter, wrestling news.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. That's the rumor ones, right?
yeah.
Okay.
And let me read what he said real quick. Yeah, so it says former TNA World Heavyweight Champion AJ Styles recently appeared on the Taz show Body Slams and Beyond, and during that interview, Styles commented on the possibility of him joining NXT, and I quote: "At this point in my career, I'm going to do what's best for my family and I want to do what's best to provide for them. So the business that we're in, if the business could be better somewhere else, then that's where I'm going to go. That's what I'm going to do. So like I said, it's a business plan. Wherever the plan takes me, that's where I go." So that's his words. That's his words on him possibly joining WWE.
I mean, it'll be pretty cool. I mean, he did work for the company before,
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
so maybe he could like come back, make amends with them. You know?
I think at some point he might want to show up though. I mean, I
Yeah.
understand. He wants to do his best for his family. If he feels as though he can
Yeah.
make more money or be
Yeah.
better off without WWE,
Yeah.
then that's fine. But it'd be cool to see him in WWE.
It would. It would. I mean, he has amazing talent. I think everybody knows that by now.
Hmm.
I mean, if you haven't seen him in New Japan Wrestling or Ring of Honor, then
Hmm.
you are completely missing out. If you haven't seen him, especially in TNA, then I don't know where the hell you've been. But
Hmm.
AJ Styles is he's athletic. The guy can wrestle. I mean, the guy he's got moves for days.
Yeah. Real quick, I want to discuss something too. I see something on Twitter. It's a rumor. I don't know if it's true or not, but Alberto El Patron, formerly known as Alberto Del Rio.
Oh yeah, he's in Lucha Underground.
Yeah, it's reported that he wants to return to the WWE.
Did he get fired?
Yeah, basically for that incident he had with the social media person backstage where he was being racist and he slapped the guy and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
but if technically it's not Alberto Del Rio's fault. I mean, he probably could have handled
I
it
mean,
differently.
he was standing up for his rights. Wasn't that what was happening?
Yeah, basically, because the guy was being racist
I
and he
guess. I
wouldn't
mean,
apologize. Alberto, he asked him to apologize, and he didn't apologize, so he slapped the shit.
maybe he might make amends with them too, and maybe because Alberto, he has an amazing past with WWE. I mean, he's been successful there already. So
Mhm.
you know, maybe he can come back. Maybe have another WrestleMania match. You know,
All right.
I mean, he's the guy that had the final match with Edge.
Yep.
So, well, how many times? One, two, I think three-time world champion.
Yeah, I think so. He held the WWE Championship once.
Twice,
He held the
yeah, and the world
World
title
Heavyweight Champion.
twice,
Yeah.
twice,
So yeah, he's a three-time champion.
three-time champion.
I see him coming. He be. I think he'll be back sometime soon.
Has to be back.
He'll be
All
back.
right.
I know one thing. He'll be back before CM Punk ever will be.
CM Punk. I don't know. Maybe CM Punk would be. I'm thinking CM Punk is gonna return for the Hall of Fame. That's basically it. That's all I can say for you, Punk. Hall of Fame.
But,
Hall of Fame is your best shot. To become a wrestler again? I don't think so. You've you've already attacked WWE to the core. You know.
right.
So there's
Yeah.
not much. There's not much. I don't even think like when Stone Cold left the company. Did he even do that? Like, did he go like and talk about like WWE being bad and stuff, like
No,
not
I
being
mean
safe.
he spoke his mind, but I don't think he went to the extent of what Punk did.
Exactly. And same thing with the Ultimate Warrior. He didn't do that either.
Oh well, no, Ultimate Warrior. I don't know too much about all that stuff, but I know he was saying a whole bunch of crazy stuff
He was?
about WWE. Yeah, he was. That's why they made that that documentary they did on him. They kind of trashed Ultimate Warrior in that DVD. Triple H, Vince, and a whole bunch of Ric Flair. Um, a whole bunch of uh, Ric Flair, Ted DiBiase, Bob. What's the manager? What was the manager's name?
Bobby something.
Bobby Heenan.
Bobby
Bobby
Heenan, yeah.
Heenan. Yeah, he even said some bad things about Ultimate Warrior, and yeah. So.
Wow. I didn't know this. Wow.
Hmm.
That's okay. Well, but if Ultimate Warrior can get by, I think Punk has a shot to get by too then.
Yeah.
I mean, the best shot he's probably got is not to wrestle again, but to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Hall of Fame though. All right. What else are we talking about?
Tough enough. We talk about
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
The Tough Enough contestants.
yeah,
Actually, I think 7 out of the 13 of them.
yeah. 7 out of the 13 are officially signed with WWE. Okay, we have the winners, Josh and Sarah Lee, and we have the runner ups that was with them was Amanda, ZZ,
Yep.
Patrick, Patrick Clark, Mata, and Daria, the MMA girl, and who's also a lesbian as well. Then there's this rumor that WWE is trying to be diverse with their roster, have so many people with different backgrounds and different ethnicities and stuff like that. So that's one of the reasons why they hired Daria. They probably would have hired Tanner, but Tanner is pursuing his MMA career. So yeah.
I mean, if he doesn't, I mean, if he thinks that MMA is best for him,
Mm.
then he should do what he wants.
No, cause he said that he would actually consider coming back and trying to pursue the wrestling again, but
I
for
can
right
see that
now he
happening.
wants to. Yeah, right now he wants to pursue. He wants to
The
go
only
further in
thing,
this MMA.
the only thing he has to work on is like personality and like
Yeah.
showing his charisma and stuff. He doesn't do none of that.
Mhm.
That's something we need in the podcast. No.
Oh, that's messed up.
No, it's a joke. All right.
That's messed
All
up.
right, moving on here. So we got 7 out of 13 of people being signed, and oh yeah, James Storm, his debut. What do you think about James Storm coming to NXT?
I'm not too familiar with him because I don't watch TNA like that, but I heard of him. I know a little bit about him.
Well, I used to watch. Let me just say this: I used to watch TNA a lot, and when James Storm was a face in TNA,
Mm-hmm.
he always had this gimmick where he would come out and say, "Sorry about your damn luck."
All right.
And then at one point, he actually turned heel, and his whole, in my opinion, his whole TNA career went down after turning heel because when he turned heel, he actually made this group called Revolution, which was
Mm-hmm.
taking international wrestlers from around the world and bringing them together to attack the entire roster and stuff.
Mm.
And their goal was to win every title. That was their
Mm.
goal.
Mm.
And I think at one point he actually failed. So I don't know what's happening now because I actually lost touch with TNA ever since they changed networks to Destination America.
Mm.
But James Storm, I don't know if he's a face or a heel. I have to check on that. But was he a heel in the match or a face in the NXT match?
Oh, he was yeah, I think he was a heel.
He was a
Man,
heel.
not a heel. Sorry. He was a face.
He was
He was
face.
a face.
Well they would make him face because he is coming for the first time. So
But he was basically doing all his stuff he did in TNA. He used his real name, James Storm.
yeah.
He used his catchphrase at the end of the match.
Sorry about your
He
damn
did,
luck.
yeah. Sorry about your damn luck. Yeah, he did that part. Yeah.
Well, I guess if he's doing all that because he actually is, he's still signed with the company.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really sure where they're going with this. But I remember you telling me before we started this podcast, I think it was about a week ago, you said that there were wrestlers that were going into the TNA headquarters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, Finn Balor. He posted up a picture. Well, first before he did it, he asked permission. Just to
okay.
make that clear, because at first I was like, I hope he actually he asked permission before he actually did it.
I mean,
So
if
but
you have Finn Balor posting up pictures, right? And then you have Triple H bringing in guys from TNA, and then you have TNA guys coming to the WWE Performance Center.
mhm.
I mean, what does that make you think? Does that make you think they're actually getting along?
Yeah, maybe Triple H probably got some inside connection with Dixie Carter. Maybe he's talking to Dixie Carter, on the low, not really letting everybody know that. But
Yeah.
yeah, but Finn Balor, he took a picture of. They was in Nashville. They had a show in Nashville, and Finn Balor took a picture of him. He did the DX crotch chop underneath
Is
the
he
sign, the
is
NXT
that
sign.
like
I mean TNA sign.
is he trying to tell TNA to like suck it? Like we're stealing all your guys.
Basically. And Grado from TNA, he basically did because they both friends. Him and Finn Balor are friends, and he did the same thing where he took a picture in front of the WWE
Oh,
thing.
I see what they're doing. They're doing the Monday Night Wars, except they're using social media. They're using social media as like a different way to have a war.
Mhm.
The only thing they're missing the bad guy. You want a war? Or you're gonna get one. You want a war? Well, you're not gonna get one because this war is going on social media.
Mhm.
All right, so
They wouldn't dare. They wouldn't dare try to do that shit again.
nah.
Monday Night War, TNA and
If
WWE.
we all know who would win. Come on.
They tried to do that. Remember back Hulk Hogan announced that they was going to go head to head with WWE.
They always mention WWE and TNA. They mentioned WWE and TNA many times. Did you know that? They mentioned WWE and
Mm.
TNA when Bully Ray actually mentioned WWE and TNA. Bully
Yeah.
Ray and it was Devon. It was a TNA, right? I don't know if you're familiar with this, but it was TNA and it was the Aces and Eights. You remember that?
Yeah, I heard of that one. Yeah, heard of that.
Yeah, they were trying to copy out the Nexus, but they basically what they did was bring in guys that used to be part of WWE into like
Mm.
TNA. That's how they got by with it. And what they did is Devon actually turned on Bully Ray, and then Bully Ray was talking to him man to man, one on one, the week after he turned, and it was all like how you were never better than me in WCW, and you were never better than me in WWE. Even when we were in WWE, I was always the best tag team partner. You see,
Mm.
like they still mention WWE, like and
It's funny.
Kurt Angle actually mentioned WWE too. He actually went when Sting was gonna fire him, or was it Hulk? No, it was Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was gonna fire him from TNA, and this was all part of the story. And basically, what they did was they did like the Montreal Screwjob on Kurt Angle, and they made him like lose the match and lose the title. And then like Kurt was all like, "How I'll go back to the WWE," and he
Right,
spit in his face.
right.
So
Yeah, basically. Before we leave, I just want to mention.
Yeah.
It's funny how the TNA took all of WWE's guys from the beginning, and now all like damn near everybody who was in TNA are now back in the WWE.
Yeah.
We had Hogan, but we ain't gonna go down that road right now. But him, and we had we got Ric Flair, Sting, Samoa Joe, James Storm now.
I mean, at the same
Dudleys.
time, right? All these guys that you're mentioning,
Mm-hmm.
they tried their hardest to help TNA.
Yeah, they tried. Yeah,
they tried.
Yeah, the Dudley boys, Rhino, Christian, Booker T, Kevin Nash.
All these guys. I think at one point Kurt Angle might come back.
Yeah.
And the Hardy Boys. Maybe they can get the Wolf Pack. I mean, not the Wolf Pack. It's the Wolves. That's what their name is. The Wolves. I don't know if you heard about them. The Wolves.
I heard of them. Yeah.
They're a tag team in TNA. I don't know if they're still with the company or not, but they used to be. So they were pretty new when I was watching. They were pretty new. They were actually pretty good too. They got some great moves that I would love WWE to see. I mean, if they were in WWE.
Yeah.
So maybe the Wolves can come. I don't know. This is it's like another war, TNA versus WWE, except they're actually kind of getting along, and not kind of getting along, so they can't make up their mind.
But really, it's really NXT versus TNA.
Well, NXT is still with WWE, so. But the thing is, though, Triple H is in charge of NXT, not Vince.
Yeah.
So it's basically what Triple H is doing. Triple H is doing all of this.
Basically, NXT is TNA. This is what TNA should have been like years ago.
That is so true. That is so true because TNA has been taking people from New Japan Wrestling, Ring of Honor, OVW, from all those other companies, and bringing them in, making them big stars.
Yeah. Before we go to I heard a podcast, Don Tony and Cameron Castle show, and Don Tony was basically saying how can TNA look past all these other guys that NXT have right now, like Finn Balor, Neville, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Apollo Crews, all those people. How can TNA not get these guys and put them in what happened? I don't know.
I don't know. What I think is that TNA was so small and they had such a small fan base that these guys were better off with what they had rather than coming into TNA. But I think maybe it was that, or maybe they just wanted to pursue their career a different path. Maybe they were thinking about WWE, and maybe they thought if I go to TNA, this could mess up my chances.
Maybe.
But yeah, is that basically it?
Yeah, I think that's it, man. We touched on everything.
All right. So all right, that's basically it, guys. Like, subscribe, comment, and this is the first podcast, so don't hate on us. Any tips, put in the comment below. Sorry if this was a little bit too long, but I guess, hey, the longer the better. I don't know. Maybe you can favor the video and watch it piece by piece a day. I don't know.
I wish we was on camera because I showed up the peace sign, giving the deuces,
giving the Reese's Pieces.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So that's basically it.
Mm-hmm.
G.W.A.P. Gamers with a Podcast. My name's Ray.
And I'm Vontae, new Vontae, in the building.
And we are out. Reese's Pieces.
Mm-hmm.